Admiral Jake Morrison stood in front of the big screen at Earth's Space Command Center. He watched as an alien message started to play. The alien that appeared was scary looking. It was tall like a lizard with gold-colored skin and angry red eyes. This was High Commander Vextar from the Zenthari Empire. They called themselves the leaders of the Galactic Council. "Weak humans," Vextar said in a mean voice. The computer changed his alien words into English so they could understand. "We have been watching your planet for many years. The Galactic Council has decided that your world has things we need." Captain Lisa Brown stood next to Morrison. She was angry. Lisa was in charge of Earth's spaceships. Their ships looked old and weak compared to the shiny alien ships she could see behind Vextar. "You must give us control of your mines and your factories," Vextar continued. "You must also give us 40% of your people to work for us. If you do this, we will let your species live under our protection." Morrison felt his teeth clench together. Behind him, many human officers and workers were at their computers. They looked worried, but ready to fight. Lieutenant Commander Rick Stone was the man who handled communications. He looked at Morrison and waited for orders. "You have 73 hours to say yes," Vextar said. "If you fight us, we will take over your whole planet. We have conquered over 200 weak worlds. None of them could stop us." The alien message ended. The command center became very quiet. Morrison turned around to look at his people. "Captain Brown, how many ships do we have ready?" Lisa looked at her computer tablet. "We have 47 ships ready to fight, sir. Most of them are our new small warships. The aliens probably think our ships are garbage when they scan them." "Good," Morrison said quietly. "Let them keep thinking that." Dr. Kevin Walsh was the top scientist. He had been standing quietly at the back of the room. Now he walked forward. "Admiral, our secret project is finished. All the hidden weapons are ready and waiting." Morrison nodded his head. "Great. Commander Amy Davis, what do we know about their ships?" Amy Davis was a smart woman who led Earth's spy operations. She smiled, but it was not a happy smile. "Their ships are exactly what we thought they would bring, sir. 87 big warships and over 300 smaller ones. They are staying at the edge of our solar system. They think they are much stronger than us." "They should think that," Morrison said. "When they scan us, we look exactly like what they expect. A weak planet with basic spaceships." He stopped talking and looked around the room. "What they do not know is that we have been getting ready for this day for more than 10 years. General Paul Carter was Earth's best military planner. He spoke up from where he stood near the war maps. "Sir, all our hidden weapons on Earth are ready. Our secret space stations are in place and invisible. The enemy will not see them until we attack." Morrison walked to the big window and looked out at the stars. "Friends, other enemies have thought humans were weak before. Every time they learned too late that we do not fight like other species. We do not follow their rules or use their tactics." He turned back to face his officers. "Captain Brown, start moving our visible ships. Make it look like we are scared and trying to defend ourselves badly. Dr. Walsh, keep all our invisible systems turned off until I give the signal. Commander Davis, keep listening to what they are saying to each other." "What should we tell them about their demand, sir?" Lieutenant Commander Stone asked. Morrison smiled, but it was a cold, mean smile. "We will answer them the right way. But first, let them get comfortable and come closer. The closer they get, the more damage we can do to them." The tension in the room was thick. Everyone knew that the next few days would change everything. The aliens thought they were dealing with a weak, primitive planet. They had no idea that Earth had been preparing for this moment for years. The humans had learned from watching other alien races fight. They had built better weapons and planned better strategies. Morrison looked at his team one more time. These were the best and brightest humans Earth had to offer. Lisa Brown was fearless in battle. Kevin Walsh was a genius with technology. Amy Davis could find out anything about the enemy. Paul Carter could plan military operations better than anyone alive. Rick Stone could handle communications under the worst pressure. "People," Morrison said in a serious voice, "in 73 hours we will show the galaxy what happens when you threaten Earth. We will show them that humans are not weak. We will show them that we are the most dangerous species they have ever met. Outside the space station, Earth's visible fleet started to move into position. The ships looked scared and disorganized. But this was all part of the plan. Hidden throughout the solar system, dozens of invisible weapons waited. Secret ships with technology the aliens had never seen before were ready to attack. The trap was being set. Soon, the Galactic Council would learn a hard lesson about underestimating humanity. They thought they were hunting sheep, but they had walked into a den of wolves. 2 days passed after the aliens gave their demand. Then the humans finally sent back a message. Vextar watched the message on his huge warship. His ship was so big it made all the human ships look like toys. Admiral Morrison appeared on the screen. He looked sad and beaten. "High Commander Vextar, Earth's leaders have talked about your offer. We want to meet with you to discuss how we will give up." Vextar's mouth curved into what his people called a smile. "Smart choice, Admiral Morrison. You will bring your top people to my ship. There we will make your surrender official." "I understand," Morrison said. "But our rules say that meetings like this must happen in neutral space. We suggest meeting halfway between our fleets." Vextar thought about this. The humans were trying to buy time, but it did not matter. His fleet was much stronger than theirs. Their weak ships could not hurt him. "Fine, you have 12 hours to get to the place we will send you." After the message ended, Vextar turned to his weapons officer. "Start moving our ships into attack positions. Once we capture their leaders, we will take over their whole planet." At the same time, on Earth's space station, Morrison watched the alien ships start moving closer. "They are taking our bait," he told his team. Dr. Walsh came over with a computer tablet. It showed all their hidden weapons were ready. "All our invisible platforms are working, Admiral. When they cross the line we picked, we can turn everything on at the same time." Captain Brown looked at the battle map. "Sir, they are moving exactly like General Carter said they would. They are not even being careful. They think they are so much stronger than us." "That is their mistake," Morrison said. "Amy, are they saying anything different?" Commander Davis shook her head. "They are still using normal radio talk, sir. They do not think we are dangerous. They think this is just another easy planet to conquer." General Carter walked over to the main screen. "Admiral, all our hidden weapons on Earth are ready. The big guns on the moon are charged and aimed. The secret weapons around Mars are in position. Even if they destroy some of our ships, we have enough hidden firepower to destroy their whole fleet." Morrison nodded. The plan had taken years to make. Their visible ships looked weak and old, but secretly, they had built amazing stealth technology, powerful energy weapons, and new fighting tactics that no alien had ever seen. The trick was to make the aliens think they were much stronger. "Sir," Lieutenant Commander Stone called out, "we are getting messages from Earth's governments. They want to know if we are really giving up." "Tell them to trust us," Morrison said. "In 18 hours, they will understand why we have kept our real military power secret." Dr. Walsh brought up pictures showing weapon systems all over the solar system. "Admiral, the aliens have no idea what they are flying into. Our stealth technology is much better than their sensors. We have turned our whole solar system into a giant trap." Captain Brown smiled, but it was not a happy smile. "Their pride is their weakness. They have beaten weak species for so long they cannot imagine meeting real fighters." "That is exactly what we want," Morrison said. "They think we will fight, like every other species they have conquered. They expect us to attack them straight on using normal space fighting. Instead, we are going to show them what human war really looks like." Meanwhile, the alien fleet kept coming closer to Earth. Vextar stood on his command bridge feeling very confident. His ships had the best weapons and the strongest shields. No primitive planet had ever beaten them. "How long until we reach their world?" Vextar asked his navigator. 6 hours, High Commander. Should we prepare for orbital bombardment?" "Yes," Vextar said. "Once we capture their leaders, we will destroy their military bases from space. Then we will land troops to secure the mining areas." What Vextar did not know was that humans had been watching alien fleets for many years. They had studied how every species fought. They learned the strengths and weaknesses of alien technology. Then they built something completely different. Hidden, all through the solar system, dozens of invisible weapons platforms quietly turned on their power. Advanced human fighters that alien sensors could not see moved into attack positions. Secret bases on asteroids prepared their surprise weapons. On Earth's moon, huge rail guns that could shoot metal slugs at incredible speed were aimed and ready. Around Mars, what looked like space rocks were actually camouflaged weapon platforms, with enough firepower to destroy battleships. The most amazing part was Earth's new ships. They looked old and weak from the outside, but inside, they had technology that was generations ahead of anything the aliens had. Their engines were faster, their weapons were stronger, and their armor could absorb energy attacks and use that power for their own systems. "Dr. Walsh," Morrison said quietly, "how many aliens are we facing?" "Approximately 400 ships total, sir. But our intelligence shows they fight using old tactics. They line up their ships and try to overpower the enemy with raw firepower." "And how do we fight?" Morrison asked. "We use speed, stealth, and surprise," Walsh answered. "We hit them from directions they do not expect. We attack their weak points. We make them fight our kind of war, not theirs." Captain Brown checked her weapons one more time. "Admiral, our pilots are ready. They have been training for this moment their whole lives." "Good," Morrison said, "because in a few hours we are going to shock the entire galaxy." As the alien fleet moved deeper into the solar system, they had no idea they were flying into the most sophisticated trap in galactic history. The humans had learned from studying hundreds of alien battles. They knew exactly how to turn the aliens' own confidence against them. The stage was set for a battle that would change the balance of power in the galaxy forever. The meeting was supposed to happen in 18 hours, but Vextar did not want to wait. His fleet was now deep inside the human solar system, close enough to attack Earth directly. The humans had made a big mistake by letting the Zenthari ships come so close. "Start the attack," Vextar ordered. "Destroy their weak ships first, then bomb their planet from space." His weapons officer turned on the attack systems across the whole fleet. "All ships are ready, High Commander." The humans look like they are trying to run away. On the big screen, the human ships were breaking apart from each other, their ships scattered in what looked like panic. Vextar felt happy. This was exactly how these fights always went. Then everything changed in an instant. "High Commander," his sensor man shouted. Huge energy readings all over the system. Unknown ships appearing everywhere. The view screen exploded with activity as dozens of human ships suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Their invisible systems turned off all at the same time. But these were not the weak ships they had been watching. These were sleek, advanced warships, covered with weapons the Zenthari had never seen before. "Impossible," Vextar said quietly. Admiral Morrison's voice came over all radio channels. "Zenthari fleet, this is Earth Command. You are now surrounded and outgunned. I suggest you think about your situation very carefully." "Sir," the weapons officer reported in panic. "I am reading over 200 enemy ships. They are using stealth technology we cannot detect. And their power levels." He stopped, his face going pale. "Sir, some of these ships have more power than our biggest warships." Vextar snarled with anger. "Fire! All ships, fire everything!" The Zenthari fleet opened fire. Their weapons shot out toward the human ships. But the humans were already moving. Their ships moved in ways that seemed impossible to the aliens. Captain Lisa Brown's voice came over the radio from her command ship, the Defiance. "All units, start Operation Hammerfall. Show them what human engineering can really do." The human counterattack was like nothing the Galactic Council had ever seen. Instead of fighting the alien fleet head-on, human ships used hit-and-run tactics. They appeared from impossible directions, hit with deadly accuracy, then disappeared before the aliens could shoot back. Dr. Walsh's experimental weapons proved they worked immediately. Human energy beams cut through Zenthari shields like they were made of paper, but alien weapons barely scratched the human defensive systems. "Their armor," the Zenthari weapons officer reported desperately. "It is absorbing our energy weapons and using that power for their own systems." But the real shock came when the hidden weapons throughout the solar system showed themselves. Massive railguns on the moon opened fire. They shot metal projectiles at incredible speeds. The impacts tore through the largest Centauri ships like they were made of cardboard. General Carter's voice echoed from Earth Command. Mars orbital platforms, you are cleared to engage. Around the red planet, what had looked like asteroids suddenly revealed themselves as hidden weapons platforms. The concentrated firepower was incredible. Commander Amy Davis was coordinating intelligence from her stealth ship. She reported back to Morrison. Admiral, enemy communications are in complete chaos. They are trying to retreat, but our jamming systems are messing up their command structure. The battle was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Human ships danced around the slower alien vessels like fighters against elephants. Every human attack was perfectly coordinated. Every alien response was predicted and countered. How are they doing this? Vextar screamed at his tactical officer. Sir, they seem to know our tactics better than we do. Every move we make, they are already ready for it. What Vextar did not know was that humans had been studying alien warfare for decades. They had watched hundreds of battles. They knew exactly how every species in the galaxy fought, and then they had invented completely new ways to fight that no alien had ever seen. The human ships did not stay in formation like alien fleets. Instead, they moved independently, supporting each other when needed, but never presenting a single target. They used the asteroids and planets as cover. They attacked from the sun's glare where alien sensors could not see them clearly. Within 1 hour of the battle starting, the Centauri fleet was in full retreat. Over half their ships had been destroyed or badly damaged. Human losses were almost zero. This cannot be happening, Vextar shouted as his flagship shook from another human attack. No primitive species has such technology. Sir, his communication officer called out. Admiral Morrison is requesting to speak with you directly. Morrison appeared on the screen. His expression was calm and professional. Hi, Commander, you made several critical errors. First, you assumed that because our public fleet looked primitive, that was all we had. Second, you underestimated human tactical thinking. We do not fight like other species because we have had to fight each other for thousands of years. Every strategy we invented and improved on long ago. You cannot have developed such technology by yourselves, Vextar protested. We did not need to, Morrison replied. We have been watching galactic civilizations for decades. We learned from each species' strengths while avoiding their weaknesses. Then we made everything better. The human admiral's expression became hard and cold. But most importantly, you threatened our home. There is no force in this galaxy more dangerous than humans defending what they love. As Morrison spoke, more Centauri ships exploded around them. The human attack was relentless and perfectly executed. Ships that had conquered hundreds of worlds were being destroyed by vessels they had thought were primitive. Please, Vextar finally said, his pride broken. We surrender. Call off your attack. Morrison considered this for a moment. Your surrender is accepted. But understand this, High Commander. Word of this battle will spread throughout the galaxy. Every species will know what happens when Earth is threatened. The remaining Centauri ships limped away from the solar system, their fleet destroyed and their reputation shattered. Behind them, Earth's hidden defenses powered down but remained ready. The galaxy had just learned that humanity was not a species to be conquered. They were the new apex predators of space. 3 weeks after the crushing defeat of the Centauri fleet, something amazing happened. Ships from all over the galaxy started arriving at Earth's space stations. The Galactic Council, which had ruled space for over 1,000 years, was falling apart. Everyone wanted to talk to the humans now. Ambassador Kate Phillips sat across from a group of alien leaders in what used to be impossible. They were asking Earth for help and friendship. The same aliens who had ignored humans for years were now begging for meetings. Ambassador Phillips, said advisor Cathara from the Velnari Collective, we have studied the battle recordings. Human fighting methods are completely different from anything we have seen. You have changed how space wars will be fought forever. Phillips nodded politely. We appreciate your interest, advisor. However, Earth's position is clear. We want peace with everyone, but we will not allow anyone to threaten us or our friends. The meeting room was packed with representatives from alien species that had never cared about humans before. Now they all wanted treaties, trade deals, and protection agreements with Earth. Admiral Morrison entered the room. Every alien in the place immediately looked at him with respect and fear. They had all watched the battle videos many times. They knew they were looking at the military genius who had done the impossible. "Admiral," said Elder Zixhan from the ancient ethereal conclave, "our people have watched galactic wars for over 10,000 years. We have never seen such a complete reversal of power. How did humanity develop such abilities in secret?" Morrison sat down next to Phillips. "Elder, you are asking the wrong question. The real question is, why did you think we could not do it?" He turned on a display showing the battle analysis. Every species in the council made the same mistake. You saw our basic technology and thought that was all we had. In human history, we call this underestimating your enemy, and it usually gets you killed. Dr. Walsh joined the discussion through a hologram from his research lab. He was now Earth's Chief Technology Advisor. The technology gap you saw was not because we had secret alien help or mysterious breakthroughs. We just approached the problems differently. "How?" asked the Velnari representative. "You developed space fighting based on your old ground wars," Walsh explained. "Big formations, direct attacks, overwhelming firepower. Humans developed space combat based on our advanced warfare experience. We use stealth, tricks, combined tactics, and surprise attacks." Admiral Brown, who had been promoted after the battle and now commanded Earth's entire fleet, added her thoughts. "Also, your species became lazy. When you rule the galaxy, you stop trying to improve. Humans never had that luxury. We always faced deadly threats, so we never stopped getting better." The discussion went on for hours, but the message was clear. Humanity was no longer a weak species to be ignored or conquered. They were now the strongest military power in their part of space. Later, in a private meeting, Phillips talked with Morrison and the senior staff about their new situation. "The requests keep coming," she reported. 17 species want protection, alliances. The Traders Guild wants exclusive partnership deals. Even the surviving Zenthari are asking for peace talks. Morrison looked thoughtful. "Our position has changed completely. 6 months ago, we were an unknown species about to be wiped out. Now we are being courted by civilizations that have existed for thousands of years. What should we do?" Phillips asked. General Carter, who had been reading intelligence reports, looked up. "We must be careful. Power brings responsibility, but it also creates new enemies. There will be species that see our rise as a threat to their own interests." Commander Davis nodded in agreement. "Our spies report that several hostile groups are already forming. They are calling it the human problem and discussing how to work together against us." Morrison smiled, but it was not a friendly smile. "Let them come. They will learn the same lesson the Zenthari did. Never underestimate humans, especially when we are defending our home." Dr. Walsh's hologram appeared again. "Admiral, I should mention that what they saw in the battle was just our basic military capability. The advanced projects are still years away from completion." The room became very quiet as everyone understood what this meant. Phillips finally spoke. "So what we showed them, the complete destruction of their invincible fleet. That was us holding back." "Very much so," Walsh confirmed. Morrison stood up and walked to the window. He looked out at the busy space lanes around Earth. Ships from dozens of species waited in organized lines for permission to approach Earth stations. It was like a completely different world compared to just a few months ago. "Friends," he said quietly, 6 months ago, Earth was alone in the galaxy. Today, we are the center of galactic politics. The question now is not whether humanity can survive contact with alien civilizations." He turned back to face his team. His expression was serious but confident. "The question is whether the galaxy is ready for us." Outside the window, human patrol, ships moved through space with quiet confidence. Their advanced sensors watched every ship in the system. The age of human dominance in galactic affairs had begun. But Morrison knew this was just the beginning. Other challenges would come. Other enemies would test Earth's resolve. Some aliens would try to copy human technology. Others would form alliances to try to stop human expansion. But humans had advantages that no other species possessed. They had learned warfare through thousands of years of fighting each other. They had developed technology by facing constant threats. Most importantly, they had something worth fighting for: their home, their families, their future. "Kate," Morrison said to the ambassador, "when you meet with these alien delegations, make sure they understand one thing. We do not want to conquer the galaxy. We just want to be left alone to live our lives in peace." "And if they will not leave us alone?" Phillips asked. Morrison's smile was cold and determined. "Then they will learn what the Xanthari learned. Humans are the most dangerous species in the galaxy when we are threatened. We do not just fight to win. We fight to make sure our enemies never threaten us again." As the day ended, Earth's leaders looked out at a galaxy that had been forever changed. Humanity had announced itself to the universe not with words, but with actions. They had shown that they were not victims to be conquered, but predators to be feared and respected. The galaxy would never be the same again. And that was exactly what humanity wanted.